This is our brand new door, okay? We have spent like probably a week installing it and getting it perfect. Now I'm going to paint it Urbane Bronze from Sherwin-Williams. Look at my situation. And it's all over my hands. Like, this is just who I am. I'm actually really happy with how the first coat came out, okay? All of my technique worked. My technique worked. I'm really excited. So I've got a whole bunch of tips here I'm gonna go over, and we are painting my front door today. I've got it all taped up, ready to go. And if you find value from this video, please give me a like. It would help me out. And please go ahead and subscribe and you can see the rest of my videos. I put together what I think is the most important and the best tips. But really I think my favorite one is just that you have to activate the frog tape with a damp cloth. Because who does that? Who knows that? Okay, so follow along. Let's do it. And watch part 1 if you haven't seen it yet. That's all about the prep. The majority of painting is prep. Okay, let's do this. Now I'm going to paint it Urbane Bronze from Sherwin-Williams. I have taped it all the way up. Okay, I used trash bags. The trick with the frog tape is after you apply it, you run over a damp cloth and that actually activates the adhesive. That's key. This is the first time I'm painting a door, okay? This is high stakes. My husband is very worried. He even said, should we hire someone to paint? So I'm a little irritated, but I think he believes in me. The prep took forever, like I promised. These are the tips. These are the best tips that I have combined. You're going to use some shims to keep your door stable, okay? Because we're leaving the door on the hinge. I sponge sanded it, and what you want is a microfiber cloth. I've already wiped it down. You do a quick wipe down. This actually gets all the dust and debris. You don't want paper towels. Get this paint bucket, okay? Number 1, roller cup, handy roller cup. And I have liners, okay? It's super cool. It's going to be so handy for just grabbing it. It's such a pain to bend down and use a full roller tray. This is appropriate sometimes. And if you're going to use a roller tray, my next tip is to use a trash bag. Take your roller pan, I don't have a video of it, but take your roller tray and you literally put it inside of a trash bag. Okay? Pour the paint on top and then just go about your business, paint. And then at the end, you just take the tray out and throw the trash bag. You turn the trash bag inside out and then you throw it away. It's amazing. We are going to paint the heel of the door, which is here, and the toe, which is this side. We're gonna paint those first. And what we're gonna do is we're going to brush the grooves and then we're going to foam roll it right after we brush this little section, and we're gonna do it really quick so that the paint that's applied from the brush does not dry. And we're going to work in small sections because you don't want to overwork the paint, okay? You don't want to overwork the paint. You've got about 5 minutes before the paint gets tacky. It's not fully dried, but that's why you don't want to do a big section and then go back over it, because as soon as you get back to the other part, it's going to be tacky and it's going to pull up and it's not going to be smooth. Okay, so you want to stay in small sections, and the paint has self-leveling agents in it. Again, I have scoured YouTube, I have been learning, I've done a bunch of paint projects, but I mean, I did this trim and I painted it, but painted some cabinets that didn't come out too well. And trying to avoid brush strokes. What I've learned is the first coat, don't go too thin, don't go too thick, don't worry about getting it perfectly level. What we're going to focus on is getting the right amount of paint, like a moderate amount of paint, good coverage on the first coat, and that it's even, that it's evenly applied. Enough paint for an even application. And as long as there's the same amount of paint all over the spot, all over the area, it will self-level. And you let that dry. And I'm doing a foam roller because the door does not have any grain. It's a smooth door. And we do a light sand in between the coats, and you can't paint when it's too cold. You can't paint under, at least for this paint, you can't paint under 50 degrees. But I've got this. I went to Sherwin-Williams. I've got this mini foam roller. I got this new paint brush. It is 2.5 inches. I'm actually pretty good at cutting in, but because I hate taping, I've learned how to cut in. But I have taped everything out because we want to be safe. Better safe than sorry. We're gonna put the door shims under the door to stabilize it, and then we're gonna paint. And the other tip I have is speed is moderately important. And when you put your brush on the actual surface, don't stop and then pull it. You want to just, as your hand hits the paint, as your hand hits the door, it's moving. It's not stop, pull, as it's moving. Okay, time to paint. Hair up. It's getting later in October, and I gotta get this door painted before it gets too cold. So, where it's on the door, and these rollers, this little handy dandy roller, don't know how to not have your pen annoying. So I'm going for even coverage and not worried about it getting it flat right now, because it needs to have enough for its self-leveling agents to work. And I'm going to spread it out. Okay, so I'm taped over that. Yeah, and even though I've got it taped, I'm still cautious just because I don't trust the tape fully, so I'm not like going crazy, so I still am very cautious around the tape. So, we have a battery down here. This is where the battery pops out. Goodness, you can't even see. Okay, so this is where the battery for the smart door is. So I'm not going to paint it. I don't think I should, but crap. I need to finish painting this before it dries. And you're yakking. So yes, you got about, don't go back over a space too many times. It's hard to film. Okay, got the heel and the toe painted. Now we're going to paint the front of the door, and we're going to start with the boxes, but we're going to do the brush in the grooves and do it real quick, and then we're going to foam roll before it's dry to make sure it's all blended. Okay. Yeah. Okay, the name of the game here is speed, I think. But also, I don't want to go too fast because I think I put a little too much on the heel and the toe, but it's okay because that's gonna let it dry and I'm gonna learn. And I've also never even used Sherwin-Williams paint. I usually use Behr. So everyone says bad things about Behr. So I figured I would try the Sherwin-Williams out. Everyone loves Sherwin-Williams. Sure, we get in the grooves. Okay, make sure there's enough. Did I get in there? Okay, I think it's nice and even. Okay, now I'm gonna take off some of so much paint. I hate to waste it. But I'm gonna put it in my water cup. It's close by. Paintbrush in here. Now we're going to roller. Look how cool, look how convenient this is. Like, this is a mini 4-inch roller. And just even pressure. Yeah. Yeah, I can't let you do the here. Come here. You want to roll this? Hold on. Let me do this part, and then I'll let you roll it. I'm trying.
If you're trying to do one.
There you go. You can roll right here. It's not doing terrible. Now stay low. Good job. Good girl. You can go lower on the white. Good girl. I need you to come down here, though. Finish down here.
Tap some, please.
Yeah, you're such a good girl. Okay. Just roll it. Yep. Okay. Now go down here. Good girl. Make sure you keep the roller flat on the door. There you go. Thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I don't have any drippy drips, but I can't go over that spot anymore. Go here. So you have like 5 minutes till it gets tacky. So it's not the end of the world, but you still have to move fast or paint around our door handle. And again, I'm not gonna go crazy just because I've got tape on there. Even though I did all the hacks, even though I've got the tape, I activated the tape, I just don't fully trust the tape. So I painted that spot. Now we're going to roll it, so that we blend it all in. I am taking extra special care with this door. My other paint projects, I'll just like roll everything and then use the paintbrush afterwards, because I'm like, why would I even, if you can roll it, Like, why would I paintbrush it? But, okay, it's fine. I'm like, if I could roll it, why would I want to paint it? Roll everything. It's just so much more efficient. Make sure it's all even. Okay, so we've got our first coat done, and I think my tips have paid off. So the key is just to long, moderate strokes, even pressure, not too hard. I'm going over this because I just did it. Okay, not too bad. Okay, we just did the first coat based on, okay, so now what we're gonna do, look, I got a little runny right there. I'm gonna clean that up. I don't want the runnies, but you gotta clean it up quick because you can't go back. Like over here is basically dry. Like I don't think I want to touch that, but like right there, I could clean that up. But now I have a little bit of unevenness. Just take it, and this is looking cool. This color is really pretty. Really pretty. I'm really excited. Yeah, this side's pretty good. Okay, so here's the front of the door. First coat. Okay. Okay, we're taking off the paint. This is the first coat. Apparently, I've got let's see. The first side of the painter's tape did not really impress me. So let's see. I've been painting for like 4 hours. If we wet the painter's tape after we apply it, I think it does make a fairly nice adhesion, except I do need to wipe off this. That's not good. Okay, I don't know what's up. I mean, everywhere else was good except for like right here. Like, I'm not sure what happened. At least it wipes off with water and a rag. That's good. Okay, I'm actually really happy with how the first coat came out, okay? I went and I applied an even, moderately thick coat, and I did it at a moderate speed. In the past, I have done too big of a space. It's important to do smaller spaces and move as you go, because you do have about 5 minutes until the paint gets tacky. And I used moderate pressure, okay? The frog tape was really good. It was good on the glass. It was good on the any long stretch. It was really good, like on the square of the glass. So I did the first coat, and I actually did take the tape off yesterday, which I did not want to do, but the first coat, because otherwise it'll stick and like it could peel off the paint with it. If you're going to do 2 coats the same day within like a short amount of time, you could probably get away with it. But like if you're going to let it sit overnight, it's going to dry a lot more than you do want to remove the tape and then reapply it the next day, which is what happened because I finished painting last night at like 9 o'clock. Today I'm going to tape it back up, but I'm going to try to do it quicker. And if like paint falls on the floor, do it where I actually need, if it's a glob of paint, let it dry. It'll peel up, at least on laminate floors. That's how it works with us. But I also just wipe it up really quick. So paint doesn't dry immediately. You have time. If it touches something else, you have time. It's not the end of the world. And sometimes it's almost easier if you're to overpaint and then wipe it down. If it's like a really tiny area, like that's probably going to happen here a little bit. Yesterday I used a paintbrush that I got from Sherwin-Williams. It was okay. I don't like the long handles. Sherwin-Williams didn't have any short handles. The paintbrush was pretty good, but it's hard, maybe because I have tiny hands. But this is my favorite paintbrush. It's the Wooster. It's like $7. It's on Amazon and Home Depot and everywhere. It's got this like nice soft handle, and it's just so tiny and I can get in. It's perfect. I love it. I couldn't find it yesterday, so I'm gonna use that. But I'm really excited to show you how I do the wood filler, where it decreases like barely. It makes basically, I don't have to sand at all. Okay, it's really cool. But sometimes you do have to do 2 coats of wood filler, or even like 3, just to build it up. I'm gonna try not to take the hardware off of the door. Might have to. I don't really want to. My husband installed it and I don't really want to figure out how to do it. Maybe I'll have to have him do it. But I also got these. This handle is on Amazon. It's also at Home Depot. It's the same price, but I'm gonna link it. And what I did there is I did not actually go cheap. So this handle was actually like 150 bucks, and I bought it because of the reviews. They actually have some knockoff ones on Amazon, you'll see, that are like 50 bucks and they look really similar. And don't get me wrong, I was tempted. But after reading the reviews, I actually decided to buy this one. The reviews on the $50 one said that the lock broke. And I thought to myself, that seems like a key component of doors, locks. So we got a real lock. I mean, this is a featherlight door. It's from Home Depot. They also have a website and stores, I think, in the Midwest or somewhere. But I'm gonna link their website. And it's really cool. It was actually really cheap compared to other doors. This door was $1,000. Like, and it came primed, and it's the smart door. Okay, my helper is gonna show us how the smart door works, right? Okay, there's a button inside. Okay, so here you go. You can see her. And then it's frosted. It's kind of hard to tell, but at nighttime, there it is. Push it again. There you go. Look how cool that is. Okay, thanks. You can come back outside. Okay. It's really nice to have a helper. What? She said she's the best. Okay, I think that's it. Again, oh, let me give you a close-up. Let me give you a close-up on the first coat of paint. So, it's pretty smooth, honestly. Again, you have to kind of accept some, this is why you have to do 2 coats, okay? It's hard to do 1 coat and get it perfect. Maybe once you're like an expert, but this I definitely need to go thicker. I just had extra paint on my roller and I decided to do the whole door frame. I also I don't want to paint the weather I think someone said to remove the weather strip, but ours, we tried to remove it for another reason before and it just doesn't come off. So we're gonna work around it. And yeah, and I want to show you, I made my own mistake because of course, like 95% of the door is so good, but I made my own mistake. I didn't listen to myself. Over here, there was some, I don't know if you can even tell, but over here is a little rough. It's a little streaky because what happened was there was some globbies. I put a little too much and I tried to clean it up, but it was like 15 minutes later and then it did. So we gotta sand it a little bit, but everything else is pretty smooth. Again, I know it looks kind of rough, but what I'm focused on is the overall even coverage because it's pretty easy to not make it even. Okay, so this is the paint we used. Again, it's Urbane Bronze from Sherwin-Williams. It is enamel trim, urethane enamel trim, interior, exterior, and it says you can use it on metal as long as you have to prime it with all surface enamel aluminum steel primer. And 1 quart covers 350 to 400 square feet. So 1 quart so far. The first coat used like a quarter of this tank, a quarter of this quart. So 1 quart can definitely do a whole door. I'm gonna have a little bit more left over. Maybe I'll do 3 coats. So I wasn't sure. Yes, and so we still need to get trim boards for up there. We're gonna cover up the soffits. I'm gonna trim it out, put some trim boards here. And this is, hold on, Jojo. Hold on, mommy's talking. Yes.
There's a bee.
Oh, thank you. Ah! What?
And can be the helper too.
Yes. Let's count how many times mommy has said. Love her so much. Okay, so Jojo's helping me out. No, Jojo's helping me out. She's gonna fill the hole, right? Are you gonna fill the hole?
Yes.
Okay, we have wood filler. This stuff has been like sitting in the garage, so it's really hard to squeeze out. This is pretty kid friendly because remember 45. So you want to hold it at a 45-degree angle. Not like this, not flat. 45. There you go. And make sure. Good. Look at that. Good job.
Yeah, I pushed it in.
Here, push more in. Okay, flatten it out. You seen mommy do it. And I'm going to get a little bit over here just to make sure we get it fully in the hole. Sorry. You okay? I pinch you.
It's sweet.
I squeezed you. Sorry. She's tough. And this tube is okay. I'm gonna link it. I prefer the tub because I can just like scoop it. Oh my goodness. Why is this like don't get a spider in my face! Okay. You wipe off the sides, wipe off around it. And then I take my finger and run it across the top. And look at that. And we let it dry. Okay, now I'm gonna do the rest. Now, before the second coat, we're gonna tape it back up. And remember, run a damp cloth over it. I'm gonna try to do this one faster and not take an hour to tape this door. Working with a 4-year-old has its challenges. Babe, that's not a paper towel. Go get a paper towel. Like, she doesn't. Girl, go get a paper towel. So yes, I don't know what I was doing yesterday. The taping is still taking me a bit. Probably like an hour. No, paper towel. The floor is wet. You're gonna slip and fall. But I've learned a better way to tape. And it can be faster, and so the reason, it was not the tape's fault. It was my fault from yesterday. No, I need paper towel. No, that's not it. So I just like kind of get it in there real tight, close, hold it tight, get it at an angle. Don't move the door, please. Thank you.
Sit down and watch it.
Real tight. Also, I've learned what I do is I pull out some pieces first. If you want to keep helping me, you have to listen. Otherwise, you and Daddy are going to go somewhere.
Okay.
So then we take it.
Okay.
Don't push the door.
I'm gonna take that plate off.
Too late now, it's fine.
You're gonna get a better job if you take it off.
I know, but I spent like 30 minutes doing this. Well, how long is it going to take? I don't know how to take it off.
Take every bit of this off would take a total of 3 minutes, maybe.
Well, can you do it? I don't know how to do it.
Yes.
Okay. Change of plans. We're going to take off the door handles. I think it'll be better. I know it'll be better. I just didn't want to do it. I thought it would be a pain. I don't know how, but my husband's going to do it really quick. It's a fairly damp cloth. So you can see how much, you can see that it's making, this is how much, I use microfiber for everything. So also painting in 65-degree weather is amazing actually. I'm wondering, I'm gonna do an experiment. Like how wet does this need to be? Let's see. So if we tape this side, and we tape this side, okay, yeah, that actually works. You rub it a little bit. Yeah, that's much. I can feel the difference for sure. I can definitely feel the difference. Make sure you rub a wet cloth over your tape. Again, I'm just still not the biggest truster of painter's tape, but it is what it is, right? Okay, today I'm not taping the hardware. I'm cutting into the hardware. I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm pretty good at it. And taping just left so many white spots. So I'm gonna show you how to cut in. I don't feel like taking the hardware off, so we're gonna see. If it doesn't work, if I don't get it fully covered, we'll take the hardware off, okay? All right, almost ready to paint. I've taped up this side now. Just gotta activate it with the water. And then I'm going to put the plastic bag on it, and then we'll paint. The prep seriously takes forever. Oh my God. But it's worth it. It really is. Okay, so I went ahead and actually taped up everything because I just did. Another fun hour of taping. However, it did go faster this time. And I've taped up all the weather stripping because can't take it off, not taking it off. And taped up all the hinges, door, and we've actually taken off the handle. That'll be better. And so now I'm just going to put a plastic bag over the glass. Ooh, that's cool. I'm gonna place a plastic bag over the glass and then we'll almost be ready. Let me see it, Jojo. Okay, after like 3 hours of prep, it's time to paint the second coat. Again, this is my favorite paintbrush, the Wooster. It's a 2.5 inch, 2 inch. It's so soft, I love it. And I washed it, and so what I do is I put like a paper towel right here, because as I'm like painting up, water drips down, so it's really annoying. So it's like a little hack that is helpful. Okay, again, we're going to paint the heel of the door, or the heel of the door, which is right here. We're going to paint the toe the other side first, and I'm going to use the paintbrush and then rolling it right after so that it's all smooth, okay? I'm gonna do the door frame too, where the door touches it, so it has time to dry. Load up your paintbrush and get to it. Again, smooth, even pressure is the name of the game. And don't go back over it after a few minutes, okay? You only have a few minutes. Make sure you have a nice, even coat. And also, don't rush. Have a rag on hand if you make a boo-boo. Yeah, and I'm already dirty, because of course. I can't right now, baby. Nice, even cut. Okay, with the paintbrush, so you have enough paint on there. Otherwise, you're just going to be wiping it off and you're just pushing it around. You want enough so that it stays and not wipe it, and you don't want to be wiping it off. Still go over this side. I'm not trying to smooth it. I'm trying to make sure it's even. There's not glabs, but it's covered. Because of course, yesterday I did not. I only did some of the side. Lobby, so let's just spread it out. Cool. And there is grain on this, so go with the grain. Okay, let's time lapse this. Okay, I did the second coat. Now I'm gonna do the top header and the bottom part. Like, and it's not even about saving money at this point. It's like, I don't trust anyone to do the same quality of job that I will. And to like paint the right spots, really. Save the outside parts for later if you're doing like at the end for like inside outside, because the outside has dirt and debris and it's gonna get on your paintbrush and you don't want that inside. And I use the camera as a mirror because I'm vain. I don't know. So also what I do, I don't know if it's because I try to get all the paint off this paintbrush because it seems like there's not any left, but there always is. And then when I put it in the sink, when I rinse it in the sink, like so much paint comes off. So I'll try to like just put some on there to like, I'm just trying to get it off the paintbrush. I wonder if anyone else does that. Yeah, I didn't fill these holes. Whatever. I don't care. No one. This is where you step over. Yeah, I'll fill the holes with paint down here. Don't care. But what I do need to do actually is need a little bit more. I've been practicing this for a while now. Okay, so let's lower you down. Okay, so we're gonna do vertical. And just, if you're, you know, just kind of slow down a little bit in the edges. That'll help you keep a straight. Okay, so let's cut in over here. Now in there, so that I can paint that. I'm really just trying to get the paint off my paintbrush, but luckily I did have some edges I needed to do. Yep, I'm filling in these holes because I'm tired. I am not waiting for this. I'm not wood filling these holes down here. I'm just not. I'm just not. And just be careful where you did your cut in. This is Meatball, my baby kitty. Meatball. She's afraid of the outside. I know, outside is scary, isn't it? Oh, you're gonna go? Okay. Look at you. You're so brave. No. Okay. I've got paint on this concrete. It's okay. I gotta do something with it. Okay, let's take off the tape. Remember, you have to take it off while it's still like wet-ish. Okay? I'm gonna take off this plastic bag and hope that I didn't get any tape on the glass. And my husband would kill me. Let me get a trash bin. Clean as you go. You don't want to be picking up painter's tape. Okay, let's see. Right here. Let's see. I think it's pretty good on the top so that it all comes off. Yeah, I'm like leaning up against paint. Okay, starting to get a little sloppy. Get it together. Okay, I kind of like put it in there behind the glass so that it could get, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of touch up, but overall, not bad. A little bit right there. We can get that up with a straight edge. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. Not bad at all. Uh-oh. Got a little bit right there. Let me clean that up. So it's like 8:30, day 2, but I think it looks pretty good. We just put the handle back on. Line, and we still, let's see. Here's the front. Of course, it's dark in here. I'm just excited. Let's see if we can get some more light. But yes, I'm pretty excited. I love how smooth. This looks pretty good. Like you can see the light. Here we go. See? Here's some shinies. My technique definitely worked. Like this is the best paint job I think I've ever done. Pretty good. You can see I painted up there. It's so dark. I will come back in the morning and we will do a reveal in the morning and see what it looks like with the sunlight. But it looks pretty good. I painted my door.